And we're back. Welcome back to 50 Blind Dates with Melissa Dupre, recap episode 2, where we take a closer look of the dates that you have seen all up until this week with our tribe, our panel, our vetting team, our team of producers. Give it up for the amazing tribe.
Meet this season's tribe. These are the folks that brought you the dates and will help us decide who moves forward.
Salute to episode 2.
Hey,
Salute. Salute. Now, the tribe has watched every single day, and they have a lot of things to say. But let's start off with intros, just in case you're tuning in with us for the very first time. This is our tribe for weeks 1 and 2. Directly to my screen right, if that's the same screen that you are looking at, is April Maria. She is the OG. She is the original. She's Miss Peaches. She is the queen of Chicago, rubbing elbows and other parts with the rest of them. Chicago icons. Give it up for April Maria of Guild Talent Group. My sister from another mister. We get confused in Chicago by other Chicago theater people all the time because, again, what's two brown curly-haired queens running things in Chicago? Miranda Gonzalez is the artistic director of Urban Theater Company. She's also a playwright, a badass producer. She is an incredibly accomplished person, and she's also the mother of some of my favorite little tiny humans. Miranda Gonzalez, my lovely, lovely sister. Hey. Prolific playwright, she all right. She's probably been on HBO, Def Poetry Jam, maybe once or twice. She's also an award-winning playwright, a poet, and a revolutionary activist, just like making all kinds of cool shits and leading movements and opening up spaces for Black liberation on the south side of Chicago, known as the Breathing Room. Just small shit. Don't mind her. Just give a small golf clap for Christiana Ray Colon, being the awesome person that she is, and the vessel of life for my favorite human, Ori, my godson, my Nubian prince, my reason for living. Wendy Mateo, yet another brown and curly head goddess who we can't really tell each other apart. People get us confused all the time, but I don't do sketch and improv, yet she does because she's a part of the amazing comedy duo, the Venezuelans, with shout out to Lorena Diaz, who's also doing amazing, great things. But this Wendy, she's an incredible producer, and she's also a director and a filmmaker herself. Check out Good Mothers anywhere things are being able to stream. Holler back for Wendy Mateo. Yay! This is like my tribe, and these are the people that I come to all the time for my problems, my woes, and my celebrations. They have created for you all of the dates that you have seen so far. They are the producers and the backbone behind 50 Blind Dates with Melissa Dupre. Now, since we are in week 2, what have been the challenges some of you have faced in trying to get people on board, and maybe some of the things that you're noticing coming up from these dates and conversations? What's up? Talk to me.
I mean, you know, the hardest thing is trying to find someone I haven't already dated.
That is so true. No judgment, because slut is a worship, you know.
Some people don't know what blind date means.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people don't really understand what a date is.
I feel like it's a Thea thing. It's like, I've got a cousin who's
I'm gonna set you up.
Old school matchmakers kind of situation. I know. I always would see blind dates like on sitcoms, and I'm like, who does that?
Really? Melissa does that.
You do, Melissa.
Well, I mean,
the 21st century.
It's so interesting because it's only blind to me. It's only blind on my end.
Right.
They know who they're going out on a date with, or if they don't know me, they very much have the ability to look up somebody on social media, right? I've got social media.
I mean, I've reached out to a ton of people. I think my greatest challenge has really been folks not only not understanding what a blind date is, but also being like, well, I mean, what do you mean? Like, just in general. And then I've also had folks be like, oh man, yeah, I totally do a blind date, but you know, I've been married now for a while. I was like, well, I'm just asking if you know, are interested in a polyamorous environment, right? Like, and they're like, I wish for me. Like that.
But also this isn't necessarily to find love, right? The whole point of this show is to find someone that I really, when all of this is over, and the one thing that we keep so dear and precious is the ability to go out. For right now, for this level, it's to find that person that I'm going to share that moment that's going to be so important to all of us when this is all over, right? We don't know how long that's going to be. And so I might take my 3. Remember, we have to eliminate folks. So the 5 come down to 3. So I can find the 1 person that I want to go on that one
Why are
date
you
with.
flipping us off right now?
It's going backwards. It's not this way.
So it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna remember like what was our first night out.
Thing that we
Right.
did. Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. It will be. Yeah.
I think it's really beautiful that the word dating has become fluid, but the connection is still concrete. You know it when you have it,
Absolutely.
right? Let's see about these dates that we've had
Let's
this
do it.
week, shall we? Let's just jump right into it. We're going to start our week's date off with none other than the sweetheart of the week, Steve.
Oh.
Steve,
Oh.
this
it's very
man,
selfless, Steve.
he put on a jacket for me. He put on his Steppers best. He put a backdrop in and he made
Put
his
the
bed.
backdrop.
He put the backdrop in and he had none other than a San Marcos lion and zebra blanket because
Yeah.
winter has not stopped in Chicago. It is the continuous winter, the plague of us all. That comes, everybody has that one blanket they got at the flea market that has kept them warm for generations. It is a passed down blanket. But let me tell you why Steve was important. Let's watch, shall we? Let's look at his submission video.
Bartender, been on blind date, goal to be a great actor, and I love cinema.
Short and sweet.
Just like,
Should we watch it again? Did we miss it?
We
miss
did.
it?
I was like,
We
what?
did.
Hold on.
Bartender, been on blind date, goal to be a great actor, and I love cinema.
Okay then.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
He did not. Steve
Like,
did not want to be in front of that camera.
we don't get to see the submission stuff, and it's like a totally different side of him. I love
Yeah.
seeing like that other version of Steve.
And my family, my culture, my community is very important to me. So this is where the heart is. So this is where my heart is.
Yeah, hold on to that grandmother. Definitely hold on to her.
I do. People, she's very, very close to me. I lost my mother a couple years ago, and so my grandmother and I are very, very close.
Yeah, I just lost my grandmother 2 days ago to COVID-19.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Wow, I can't imagine. That just gives me chills. How are you coping through it?
Yeah, I was really bad for the first day, but yesterday I was okay. But today I've been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a lot better. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
I was so touched.
Yeah.
With his effort, first cleaning up and putting on his going to church, going to Sunday meeting jacket, and then 48 hours after his abuela is gone and left us, that he would show up for you and not cancel, not have excuses. I thought that was really, really touching.
That was
I was
the thing.
stunned. I was stunned. I wasn't even a person when my mother passed. I would not be here on this earth. Y'all would have to look for me if something happened to my abuela. Y'all know that.
Right.
And so when he said yes to this 2 days afterwards, that to me was one, I'm honored and I'm humbled and I'm so grateful that you are sharing space with me during this time, knowing that grief is that's something I center around, and I just could not possibly imagine him having held this together. And this is more than halfway through my date.
Yeah.
He had gotten up, he
great.
danced.
Yeah.
He danced for me.
Yeah.
He shared all kinds of things. I thought he was going to be so quiet and meek, but he was ready. He was ready to just give stuff,
And not just any dance, he did the waltz.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
He was a special man to get up and do a waltz.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was here for all of it.
Yeah. How did you feel about the whole date?
I
As a
was,
whole.
that's the one where I walked away from my computer and I wept. I was in such gratitude. I thought he was the sweetest person. I just wanted to walk through the computer and hold him and hug him. And I just wanted to take a towel and wipe it through his hair and just, you know, it was.
Dito, because he was sweating. That's right.
Yeah.
He was sweating.
Like, what
And his curls were juicy as fuck. His curls were
he
so
put
juicy.
some shea butter, some coconut oil.
What's really remarkable, Melissa, is that you invite that. Like, you are so open-hearted that you welcome others to open their heart. And I think for me, watching all these dates, like, that's the thing that's really most remarkable, is that we get to see you in all of your openness and your tenderness and your vulnerability. And it's just like really beautiful that with these perfect strangers, you are just like this blossoming flower that is just like ready to be so generous with your spirit.
Oh, I'd open my flower to you any day, baby.
Oh,
Thanks.
oh, you brat.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. When this trailer dropped, he was an immediate crowd favorite. Laz. Let's talk about Laz, aka Lazaro, aka Saint of These Arms, double guns all day. He is the village's favorite bartender of Boys Town, Lazaro. Round of applause for being able to turn on his Zoom. Eventually. Let's watch the date. Let's watch his submission video. He's got a submission video.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
My name is
Whoa,
Laz,
that be your wallet.
and before COVID messed my whole life up, I was a bartender in Boys Town, Chicago. I was the resident straight bartender with a bunch of gays that I freaking loved where I worked at. It was so much fun. Anyways, I miss it, and no, I've never been on a blind date. I'm very nervous about it, and we'll see what happens.
Let's watch the date.
Yeah.
Let's watch me cream in my pants from this date.
My little
Watch the
cousin
magic
lives
that
in
happens
Vegas
here.
Now. My sister went to. Well, we're like, my family lives in Cypress, Katy area.
Yeah, so I was right off of Barker Cypress on I-10.
Dude, yes, I know exactly what that is. Like my family.
Yeah, right after Fry Road. So like right before you hit Katy proper, right? And so like Fry Road, Barker Cypress, Mason.
What, did she go to high school down there?
Yeah, Maid Creek.
Maid Creek, yeah.
Oh my God!
I know. I worked at a Louis. You know Louis?
Yeah, Luffy's. Yeah, it's a cafeteria buffet.
Yeah, I worked at, that was my first job in Texas, like on Highway 6 in Clay. And I worked.
Stop it! You're no. I worked at Valley Total Fitness right off of I-10.
That became what, like LA Fitness, right? Or
yeah,
no,
it became LA Fitness.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here! Come on, I spent my whole like growing up years in those areas.
Yeah, and
I was dancing. Look, there's a lot of Cubans there, but I was dancing at Club Tropicana on Westheimer.
Yeah, I've been there. You know what?
I'm dead.
Y'all two were leaning in.
Cute. Yeah.
We are so giddy. So Lazaro, what magic? I was completely blown away by that.
I want to ask a clarifying question. Is his hair actually dyed blonde?
Yes, that's what they do in PR. That's what they've been doing. Yeah, it's a thing that Latinos been doing.
I thought it was just he was top lit and it was just like bright light on his head. I didn't realize.
Me too.
I did too.
Dennis Rodman part.
Yeah.
On Dennis Rodman, which was real cute.
He had all that light. That's why I thought he had all that.
He had so much backlighting. He had so much backlighting.
He had a club in his apartment.
Yeah,
he had moods.
He is so club oriented that his shit looks like it looks like Miami threw up in his place.
Miami. He's very Miami to me.
So
and I
Miami.
think that might be some of like I think I'm like biased because I can't with Miami. So I just
The thing that I love the most about this man is like when he was showing me the sofa, then I saw his dog. And what I love about a fuckboy and a dog is that I trust
categorizing.
Yeah. It makes me a little bit more secure when a guy has a dog because you know their asses have to be home every night.
Damn!
You know their asses have to be home every night because they gotta, unless they want shit all over the place, their ass is coming home.
Right.
Was there anything about it that you were like, he does not make it into the top 5 or the top 3?
There was nothing about him that said he was not going to make it. There was a lot of things where I was just surprised, because not that I think anything about my own beauty at all. I just know from experience that those type of men do not see or value me as a Black woman to begin with, because aside from we're both Latino, I am Black first, outwardly and inwardly. And so, it just surprises me almost every time when a white or white presenting man sees the beauty in me. It's always surprising. And I almost don't trust it. So by the end of the date, where he was like putty in my hands, where you could tell he didn't want to get off the line. You can tell he wanted to keep talking. He was having a good time, genuinely. Mm-hmm. He was so sweet. He didn't want to let go. And I was like, bye. Mm-hmm. So I walked away. I was like,
1 hour connection, bye.
Thanks. That was great. I felt like I was finally the one that left in the morning.
Yeah.
I will walk out of that date always just being so surprised that it he's beautiful. Like, let's just say he's beautiful, but I got to see a layer that I don't think I would have seen out in the club. And again, this is one of the things that's so wonderful about this project is it's like a social experiment. It's like the facade that we put out in the world, mm-hmm. What's it called? The mask that we use versus the people we are in our salas. And I love that the 50 Blind Dates happens in our most intimate space, where none of that extra shit that helps fuel the facade is there. You are in your living room, and where are you the most comfortable?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at how uncomfortable the next date was.
Cute.
So here we have Keith.
Aww. I liked him.
We liked him too. We definitely liked him. There was just a couple things that were like right away just struck me about Keith. Let's take a look at his submission video first, because I felt like he was coming in for work.
Yo, what's going on? It's Keith Dean. Man, what was that?
Right away, right gotta know.
He's
That's
4.
The boss.
Love him to death. My only one. Got custody of him. Basically, what was I doing before COVID? I had recently just moved to LA in January to pursue the comedy and acting career. I was doing comedy before COVID hit. Was doing shows across the states and stuff like that. I was also working with the Clippers, helping out with the kids, the junior Clippers, training and doing clinics. And now I'm just on the grind. My biggest dream is to be on a big screen. I feel like I'm the next Will Smith. I feel like I'm the perfect light skinner for the job. Okay, I'm transparent. I'm loving, caring, excited. What you see is what you get. I've never been on a blind date before. I'm ready for the date. I don't know what else to say. Let's make it happen. What is the?
Not to mention the greatest intro to this date.
What is the perfect time to know, okay, I'm gonna give him something?
Okay.
The perfect time to give him something?
When is the how do you know that the time frame is the right time frame to be okay, I'm gonna give him something?
What's the right time to approach me for sex? Is that the question?
No, not for me, but for you, say for instance, if you are in tune with a guy, what would be the perfect time to be okay, it can happen now?
That would be anytime I'm not on day 1 of my period.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I can see why you said that. Okay.
Anytime I'm not on day 1 of my period.
Did you hear me? I said anytime.
Anytime.
So, what's your kitchen look like?
I'll make an exception.
The 98th percentile of my BDSM test was also exhibitionist.
Oh, okay, great.
Anytime, anywhere. Anytime.
So how did you feel about the date overall? Do you think that he was authentic?
I am so surprised at how authentic he was, because I know this person to be a content creator and an Instagram star. So he's generating all kinds of bits and recording them, little shorts and things like that. So he's not wasting time. He's definitely back and forth from LA. He is making big moves as a single father with sole custody of his child, to be taking all kinds of risks and these big uprooted moves to extend his career. I know he's taking acting seriously. I did not sense that, not one bit on this date. I was on a date with a single father, which I absolutely love, because again, his mother ass has to be home every night. So
even more than that, dog.
So did you appreciate the question about sex, or were you taken aback? Or
I feel like where he's at, like, he appreciated, because if he only has 6 minutes between the time he's got to get up in the shower and feed his kid breakfast, he's getting it in those 6 minutes. And I'm like, 6 minutes or less, let's go.
Did you appreciate
we
that
both
question,
have shit to do.
The reaction that you had was classic Melissa, because you knew damn well what he was asking, but you were like, to give him some?
Yeah, I think I want.
Can you expand on that?
Yeah.
Exactly, because she was getting him to set her up to be like, anytime, anywhere.
Anyhow.
Next up, we have another We're Not Together Yet on the tour, the 112 of the tour, the opener, is Dijon. Let's take a look at his submission video, shall we?
Hey, what's going on? This is Dijon. Before COVID, I worked with special needs children. My biggest dream is to become a mega successful actor and model, and use that platform to come back to the neighborhood and show kids that whatever their dream is, it's possible. They can do it. I can pretty much play any sport because
this eye contact's amazing.
I've never
Good
been
coaching.
on a blind date before.
Thank you.
About me, I like to work out, watch movies, and have fun.
Don't you wink at me. All right. Let's get into this date.
People who I find that are really secure in who they are the kind of people that also like to enjoy moments, and they can be out, and we don't have to like move as a couple, as one unit. We can literally move in the world as two individual people tied to each other. So I'd like to travel. I'd like to go out and experience things, and then I'd like to have deep, connected, intentional time, where that time is rooted in learning each other, listening to each other, sharing each other's interests, and actually really being engaged with them.
Talk about being present.
Those are the kinds of things, and they're really simple, but they have to be done in meaningful ways.
Right. Okay. I get it. That's cool. Well,
yes.
Here I am.
That's awesome.
You can call off the rest of the dates. Here I am.
Can I introduce you to somebody?
Oh, there's the dog.
And here we go. I've given him a green light. I just want to say Dijon and Douglas make the same faces.
Yeah, but look at his face.
This is Douglas. my puppy.
Can't get that out of my head now.
That guy's wrong.
Yes, he's a 3-year-old golden lab. Yellow lab.
Okay. You ready to say that's no puppy?
He doesn't bark.
What?
He doesn't lick. He doesn't make noises. He's just real chill. You see him.
You have a real rare.
I really just want someone to look at me the way Douglas does.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Are you allergic to dogs?
Interesting.
You don't like dogs?
Are you allergic to dogs?
Oh no. No, I like animals. I do. I like animals.
This is my baby. This is my fur baby.
It's like de lejito.
I see. He's loving it. I see.
He just wanted to make sure I didn't do white people shit with dogs, like make out with them, have them sleep in my bed.
He's looking at you. He's like, okay.
But he just wanted to make sure I wasn't French kissing my dog, or like putting peanut butter on cars.
You know, my impression was not that. My impression was more like, okay, I'm gonna have to accept this. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to accept this. Okay. Yeah. And then he was like, but you don't. And it was like his
levels.
No. What do you call it? Like his threshold. He was like, you don't let the dog lick you in the mouth though, right?
My name is not Janet or Karen.
Maybe he had an experience. You know, he's like, I was traumatized. I had to fight for attention for the girl. You know, he was like, do you have to have a talk with him
before you can have?
I'm gonna come
you don't
over.
bump on people, do you? I'm like, no.
I felt like he presented so very differently from his submission video to the date, and I couldn't figure out his vibe in his car. It was very different for me. Because he was Mac Daddy in his submission video.
You know, winking and shit.
Oh, and it was kind of working for me.
He opened up the video like this.
I don't understand that. Like, get yourself together. Like,
well, then I gotta get myself
video together first. You know, I don't understand.
No, that was him doing a test video, girl.
No, that is them forgetting that they have a date and they're running errands and doing their stuff. And they get an alert 10 minutes before their Zoom call saying, "Oh shit."
What, girl? The way that boy was talking to you and he's been texting you, no, he was trying to make it seem like that's what it was. He was over here like, and your lips, and I'm gonna bring awesomeness, and and then he was doing the thing with his eyes where he was like, okay, all right, well, here I am.
Well, I just, you know, at the end of the day, Dijon is he's the sweetest. I get a really sweet vibe off of him.
It feels like every time we put sweet in this tribe, every time we put sweet in front of the person's name, that they're generally not going to make the cut.
I should break that stigma. I'm deserving of sweet.
It feels like that. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how.
That's a good point, Wendy. That's a good point.
I've noticed every time we put sweet, it's like.
Yeah, agreed. He's
so
sweet.
Is that really the vibe you pick up from him? He's sweet?
Yeah.
I got that him that he's a sweet baby. That's what you're picking up.
Yes, that he's a sweet baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that I might have to teach him some things.
Okay.
Well, okay. All right.
All right.
I think he was talking to you like he thought he was going to teach you some things. I think that's talking to you.
Oh, little baby.
Aww.
Emmanuel.
Little baby Manny.
There has to be an age limit because we can't even go out to drink with this.
Can't have okay. So we're learning. We're catching.
We're figuring it out.
You gotta be 21 at least to buy another.
I'm spent. Look at this.
I know you.
Man, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, like some of the finer end places where I would really want to go, I've never been.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm dying for some seafood. I'm dying for some food.
I've actually never had seafood. I wanted to try it for the first time, like before all this started going on. I really want to try it.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh my goodness. No wonder. Yeah, no, you've gotta get that palate
No. You can't get with the seafood boil.
I got one of them to taste though.
I gotta get that palate going for the seafood.
You gotta get that palate going.
If he don't eat seafood, how's he gonna eat fish tacos?
Exactly. And that's
my guy was born in 2000. Like he's a whole different kind of millennial. He's born in the new millennium.
He's not a millennial. He's a Gen Xer.
Gen Z.
Nah.
Gen Zer. That's what it is. Sorry.
I can't. Listen, he asked me.
Existed the whole time he's been alive.
What?
The internet has existed the whole time he's been alive.
Yeah, right. He never had to go to no computer lab.
I mean, I respect his game. He's like, I'm living with my mom, but I have my own clothing line. Look at all the shirts I make. I shouldn't talk like that. He's an entrepreneur, young
No,
spirit.
yeah, I don't want him to move out yet. He's got stuff to do. He's got to grow his palate and his clothing line.
Bet you he doesn't even like mustard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sitting here dogging Manuel the whole time.
No.
I gotta look. Let's reverse the framework, right?
Okay.
We enjoy having this variety, this diversity of age and ethnicity, because again, it continues to expand us to say, who can we connect to, who can we not connect to? It just so happens that Emmanuel and I will have very little to connect on because we come from different centuries. So it is the end of week 2. We have reached our 10 dates. Now, this is the part of the whole program that is the most difficult. So after every 10, so every other week, we will decide who is in the circle, meaning who is in the circle of the 5 that get to advance. So after every 10, we decide who is the 1. There are no losers, only small wieners.
They will not be accepted here. We cannot see that over Zoom.
The wiener of no, there are no winners either. This is just who might we invite for longer conversations until the end of quarantine, whenever the end is near. So out of the 10, we have, okay, let's just go back for a second. So from week 1, we have Ellie, Evan, Kevin, Tarek, Veron, Steve, Lazaro, aka Laz, aka These Guns, Keith, Dijon, and Emmanuel. Who, first of all, I know this is like nobody wants to eliminate anybody, so let's just say, who are our top 3?
Okay, let's do it that way.
Yeah. April, who's your top 3?
My top 3. Okay. I'm going to go with, well, the no-brainer. We're going to say Baran. And there was something, I think the most that you laughed and were giddy was on your date with Laz. That was...
It's true, I was quite giddy.
That you were giddy. That was some of your highest energy. And so I'm going to say Baran, Laz, and I'm going to go with Keith Dean because I think you are Bonnie to his Clyde, the Beyonce to his Jay-Z.
We're breaking laws and records?
I can't. Yep. I can't wait to see that.
Anytime.
Tour.
Yes.
But so I think that you guys would have some mad creative energy.
Creative energy.
And I liked the fact that he was so low key, like you said, on whatever he has going on, whatever his accomplishments, how many followers, what he's doing. He didn't come in costume and he didn't come to perform for you. He really did come to connect, and he tried. And, you know, even to the point of his son sitting on his lap in the middle of his date with you. So those are my top 3. Baran,
great.
Laz, and Keith Dean.
Christiana, who are your top 3?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta co-sign everything that Miss April Marie says. Baran, and I want to see all those tattoos. You know, and you know, the beautiful altars as well. His body is his altar also.
His body is his altar, and it shall be worshipped.
You know. And then the energy with Laz was, I mean, like, I got goosebumps watching it for sure. And I don't know, like, I agree with what April says about Keith, and yet there's still a part of me that is skeptical about like the authenticity and how genuine it is.
I mean, he could play smooth all day, right?
Yeah. So I wasn't as totally convinced that we weren't seeing him perform, even the performance of Vulnerability. But I do agree that y'all would have some bomb creative energy, and that the, you know, whatever content would come out of it would be definitely worth it.
Cool. Wendy.
I have a hard time because I'm in between. I'm definitely up for Veron is, gonna always be in the top for me.
Somebody please.
For you.
Somebody email him immediately before we lose his interest.
Really love Veron. And then I have issue with the next two because I like the energy with you and Laz. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't see a lot of longevity there. But I would say, just to cut to the chase, I would say Veron, Keith, and Laz. Yeah, I would also say those.
3 with the same results.
Kevin was in there for a while, but I would go with those.
Okay, three with the same 3. Okay, Miranda, tell me the contra.
Pick it up for us.
I wish there was a lot of contra, but there actually is not. I'm gonna keep it real because I always do.
Yes, you do.
Veron is cool. Veron, I do enjoy the chemistry that the two of you have. I think my only trepidation, or like what makes me like, is I don't know how hard, even though you didn't have to work hard during this particular moment, but it may be difficult to get him to be truly vulnerable for a long time. Like, I feel like there's some walls there. How will he react? Because you're so open, you're so many things on so many different levels outside of just, spiritualistic, right? So like, I know you have comments. 1 second. Then Keith Dean, for me, I felt like I really would like to see that first date. I really would. I would like to see what that would look like in person. I agree with Christiana. I don't know how much of it was a performance or not. I did like the fact that I feel like, he didn't, like, no fucks were given at the same time. Like, it was like, whatever, this is who I am. This is, you get my son, you get this, you get my crazy, you get it all. Bye. Like, he had nothing to lose. There was a part of me that felt like he had nothing to lose. And that was kind of cool. Laz for me was Melissa Dupre in 1998. Like, I was like, girl, you have outgrown that type. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much
so
as
he's on the top 3?
No, that's why I'm so like,
she's stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck because I'm kind of like, I mean, I agree with what folks are saying about Kevin. Like, I kind of like don't like the fact that he was, wanting a date already, kind of like Dejan, like Didi. It was like, come on, like there's more to that, like there's more. So I don't know who my third person would be.
Steve was so genuine.
Oh yeah, Estevian, you mean?
Estevian?
Yeah.
Who would be your top 3?
Yeah.
My top 3? Hands down, Veron.
Okay.
Hands down.
And over the O, okay.
Veron, and then coming in a close second, Veron, and then maybe a third pick would be Veron. Those are my top 3.
Okay, all right.
So stay tuned for the next round of dates. You will catch them Monday through Friday. Make sure you like our Facebook page, 50 Blind Dates with Melissa Dupre. Catch us on Instagram. They will be on Facebook Watch and IGTV. We will also have our YouTube channel up. Make sure you're following us. You're getting all the live updates. If you want to get into this date, you still have some time. Please go into the page, fill out the Google form, book your date, get in this boom, boom, Zoom.
Yes,
because that is where the connections happen. See you all next week. Hope you take care of yourself, and remember, you're never alone.